Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the podcast. You're about to listen to a great interview with me and Anthony Sales, a talented, young, promising actor. The first 10, 11 minutes of this podcast, the audio is a little wonky. It's not too bad. It just sounds like we're a little far away. That's because I forgot to hit record on my Zoom recorder, which is important. It's an important thing to do. Thankfully, I had my phone recording, so it captured the audio. So just bear through those first 10 minutes, and then the audio will get a lot sharper. Thanks for tuning in. God bless, and enjoy the podcast. Alright, welcome to the Once Upon a Time in Huntsville podcast hosted by me, Sampley Barinaga. Today I have a very special guest, local actor Anthony Sales.
Pleasure to be here.
I'll put some claps over as if we have a live audience. Whenever I have a guest on for the first time, I kind of like to reminisce and ask the guest if they remember the first time we met or anything. Do you remember it all?
I do. It was at Divine Legacy Conservatory.
Yes, which is Princeton Drake's acting studio. I've had him on here as well.
Oh yeah, he's a great acting coach. The first time we met was at Divine Legacy Conservatory. This was in downtown Huntsville, I want to say at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I met you for the first time when you came to visit. I want to say that's actually after you finished the movie 12 Mighty Orphans.
It actually had been a year.
A year? Wow.
I think I think the reason you might have thought that is because it was either had just come out or was going to come out.
I think that's what happened.
One or the other.
That's exactly what happened because everybody was like 12 Mighty Orphans, Sampley Barinaga. I was like,
maybe it had just come out. I think.
Yeah, I think it was fresh out at the time.
Yeah.
But I met you there, and you were coaching us, guiding us through, and it was a pretty fun experience, being around you because you've been on a huge set. You know what it's like to be on a huge. So it's something I can't forget almost. So that's where I remember you meeting.
Oh, thanks.
When we met first, that was pretty fun too.
Yeah, I remember. I think at the end of that class we did some. We just did some improv games for fun just to close out the class. And prior to that, I had never seen you act before. So, and when I saw you get up in there, because improv, it sounds easy. Even when you're watching it, like professionals do it looks easy, but it's improv. Doing it masterfully is just incredibly hard to do. And so when you went up there, you were full of confidence, and I was watching. I was like, oh man, he's really good. And that's why I wanted to have you on my podcast, because I really like to interview really, really good local actors who just have something about them, like this spark almost. I know that kind of sounds cliche, but also I wanted to get to know you more because we really don't know each other that well. Right. I think we've only met maybe 2-3 times, and we've texted and stuff.
Right.
So I'm really looking forward to doing this interview with you. And if you don't mind me jumping in, I like to use this kind of base question to launch the rest of the interview to make it feel natural and stuff like that. So what I guess brought you into acting? Is it something you've always wanted to do as a child, or was it something that someone's like, hey, you should do this?
That's a good question.
It's really not. It's the most cliche.
No, seriously, no, really, because what brought me into acting, man. So when I was younger, I've had a vast amount of experiences where I've met people in the industry.
Okay.
I want to say one of the most prolific moments I had when I was younger that kind of made me want to become an actor was when my father, Mike Sales, the owner of Mike and Bill's, he was actually an extra in the movie. He was cutting everyone's hair.
Oh, really? What movie? Here in Huntsville?
It was here in Huntsville.
Nice.
It was by, I forgot the director's name, but the movie was called Constellations. It had Billy D. Williams in it.
Oh, cool.
And my dad was basically, the way he found out about the gig was somebody put in a word to where there was a big movie coming in town, and he wanted to know about it. He wanted to see if he could be a part of it some way, somehow. And I guess he hooked up with some higher ups in the government to, however you track someone's phone number, I guess, or someone's, whatever they call it, a cold call or something like that.
Yeah.
And he did something like that, and he got a hold of the director. The director was like, okay, could you cut our hair, some of the actors' hair? So he cut Heel Harper, the guy that's on The Good Doctor.
Uh-huh.
He cut his hair and built a good relationship with them. And they, at the end of him cutting their hair, they asked, do you want to be a part of the film? You can be in this scene. And for me to watch my dad go through all of that and actually be a part of a really big film, it gave me a little, like...
How old were you?
I was like, what, 5, 6, or 7?
Yeah.
It was like a while ago. But the biggest thing that really made me want to get into acting was my older cousin Marcus. Now, he's in Norway.
Okay.
He was on this TV network called NRK TV. It's a Norwegian network. And he came to Huntsville, and he was traveling across the country to see all of his family on his mom's side and on his dad's side. And I'm on his dad's side, which is my grandfather. So we're first cousins, and he came and did a documentary about his life and his family. And when he came to our place here in Huntsville, I got to know him. I got to see the crew and what they do on a regular day basis back in Norway. And he's literally like in Disney doing voiceovers for like big movies, like cartoons and stuff. And it made me like really want to do it. It was like that motivational moment.
Yeah.
That's all I needed, that one last push. And I'll tell you what put the icing on the cake and really made me want to get into acting. I know I have a whole load of stories. I'm sorry.
No, that's what this podcast is for.
But I was cutting hair, and my friend Duke was like, dude, you know who you look like? I was like, who? He said, as a matter of fact, you know who you look like and sound like?
Michael Caine.
No.
He was like, you get your eyes checked?
He was like, I was like, who, man? Because everybody's been saying Miles Morales.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, dude, I think you should audition for Miles Morales. I'm like, okay. I was like, do you have a specific reason why? He was like, dude, you need to watch Spider-Verse. I was like, all right, I'll check it out. I went home, checked out Spider-Verse. I said, okay, I will name my career Project Miles Morales. So everything I do must come full circle. I started my career off with a short film. It wasn't even a short film. It was more of an audition tape, a cinematic audition tape. Mm-hmm. And we sent it to Marvel. And we got feedback.
Oh, really? Nice.
I'll save that for the rest of the podcast. But that really started me. That kindled the fire. It was 3 specific things that kindled my fire for wanting to become an actor. Deep down inside, I've always wanted to be an actor, but I really didn't take that leap because I've always thought it was an impossible thing.
No, yeah, of course.
Like, nobody's an actor here in Huntsville. I'm like, that's what my initial thought was, like,
yeah,
actors don't come from here. But last week, I Google searched one of the biggest Disney stars were from Huntsville. What's her name?
I know who you're talking about.
Is it Ryan something?
Debbie Ryan, I think.
Ryan. I was like, dang. I was like, I Googled her and it said Huntsville, Alabama. I was like, yeah, anything is possible.
There's another actress. I think she was on Pretty Little Liars. I forget her name, but I think she also went to school here in Huntsville. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's possible.
Like this, and the beautiful thing about life is that anything is possible as long as you put your mind to it. So
yeah,
I said I could become an actor and I could really make it happen. It's just the right amount. It's just about knowing the right people, getting in the right place at the right time, and capitalizing on opportunities.
So I assume you make this cinematic audition tape. Where did that idea come from? Obviously, you're like, oh, like I see this Miles Morales character, which I could be wrong, but they've yet to do like any live adaptation of that character, right? They've only done it animated or through the video game, which I've played. So no, you're good. Is that Marvel right now? They're like, Anthony, call us back.
Dude, that would be amazing. Like if Marvel was like, get him on a plane now, take care of everything. Get him here now. We need him to audition. I'm just waiting on Marvel to do something like that. But of course, that would be a legit miracle. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, especially where I am at in my career right now. But at the end of the day, I know it is possible. You just never know. You never know. They might, like, somebody could have been chosen and stepped off the something catastrophic might have happened and stepped off. You just never know, and they might need somebody immediately. I get scared sometimes.
Is this cinematic audition like private, or is it something that you've shared?
No, it's on my Instagram. You can go to my Instagram at Real Anthony Sales, and you can see it. We sent it to Marvel. This guy is so awesome. His name is Peter Ramsey. Peter A. Ramsey. I think it's Peter A. Ramsey. But
Dave Ramsey's brother.
Dave Ramsey?
I'm
I'm just sitting here like, dude, like, what?
Hey guys, Sampley Barinaga here, and I'm going to tell you why I use Anchor for my podcast, and it's simple, because it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer or tablet, whatever the heck you're using. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And you can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Do it, or else we're going to have a problem. And I don't want to have a problem with you.
Yeah.
Keep it, because I do have that audio from the phone, which will work.
All right.
Okay, little problem. I forgot to hit record on the on the Zoom because I hit record on the phone. Because let's face it, if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you know I'm not very bright. You know I forget things. But I just ruined the entire flow of what we were discussing. But you were talking about...
I was talking... So basically, I made a short cinematic audition tape.
Yes.
Rather. And I sent it to Marvel. And I want to double back.
You said Peter
Ramsey.
Yeah.
Peter Ramsey did reach us, but I will double back. I want to really mention something super important. So I got with a guy in Nashville, Tennessee, who was very, very high caliber at doing videos like cinematic videos. Mm-hmm. His name is Javen Cornelius. He's with Shoeshine Media Studios in Nashville, Tennessee. I reached out to him. I said, I have this really, really bright idea, and I have this dream, and I want to be an actor. So I asked him for a favor, mm-hmm. and thank God he was in the mindset of, I really want to do something nice for somebody anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
You caught him at the right time. That's awesome.
Caught him at the right time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Javen. So basically, I said, hey, I want to make a cinematic film or just like a short audition tape to send to Marvel. I want to try out
just to show your essence that you could.
I could
play
do
this
it.
Kid. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, I could pull this off. So I said,
not having seen it and just having seen you perform other things,
right?
And just the way you dress and the way you carry yourself. Absolutely, I could see that as for you as that character.
And
I'm not just saying that. Yeah.
I appreciate that. I've had that. Dude, this podcast is about to be lit. So, so basically, I was like, if you don't mind, if you could do this for me, just one time, I'll never ask for you a favor from you again. But please hear me out on this. We could do something with this.
Yeah.
And he was like, let's make it happen. I'll meet you. I think he met me a month later from that point. We met at Books A Million. And he said he met with me and my mother, and we went over everything, and he was talking about, okay, this is how I want to do it. We should do it here. We're going to do it here in the heart of Nashville. We did it, part of it in Nashville and part of it in Huntsville.
Oh, nice.
And it was shot so well. This guy is an incredible director. It was shot so well, and the way it pictured me being Miles was just so spot on. When we sent it to Marvel, I want to say it was 2 or 3 days after we got feedback.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It went viral.
Oh, wow.
So Peter Ramsey is a director. He was one of the directors for, I'm going to say it was 4 total directors for the animated Marvel Miles Morales. Peter Ramsey was one of the 4 that reached out to me. Mm-hmm. He said, wow, you make a really convincing Miles Morales. The only thing I would say is this. If you want that role, you would actually have to get some real experience behind the camera. We want to see how you're able to convey, convey emotion on screen, and really show us what you have to offer as an actor before we just pick you because you look like him.
Yeah.
Just because you look like him, it's not gonna. It's a good thing, but it's not gonna really be the driving force of everything. So it was along those lines. It wasn't word for word, but he said something along those lines.
Yeah.
And that right there really, like, you have, like, that was the nitrous for my career. He gave me like a really fat shot of nitrous. I kid you not, from that point on, dude, everything I did was so lucrative. Everything I moved like 007 after that point. I was like, okay, what do I don't have? What do I lack that other great actors have that I need to have now in order for me not to be stagnated in case I come across a huge opportunity like this? Boom, formal training. So I entered Divine Legacy Conservatory. Before I do that, I did have what do they call them? I should call her a career development coach.
Okay.
I had a career development coach that kind of coasted me and guided me to the places I needed to be in order to be a legitimate actor. So we called Princeton Drake. We put it on the vision board, call him, see what classes he has to offer. I'm a beginner. He had beginner's courses. So I took 3-month beginner's courses, did well, met great people. Just the whole experience was great. And I've actually, through him, because it wasn't just a class, he helped us with anything, you know. He helped me with auditions. I auditioned for a show, a TV series, which I then later booked. I booked a TV series.
Nice.
And we can elaborate on that later, but I'm just taking every step, you know, in a nutshell to book that Miles Morales role.
Yeah,
but that's what the driving forces were for my acting career. And that right there, Javen Cornelius, thank you for believing in me. And also Peter Ramsey. I appreciate Peter Ramsey for believing in me as well. And they're watching me. I said, keep watch. You know, turn on post notifications.
Yeah.
See what I'm doing. I want to let you know that I'm not one of these Instagram people out here just asking for opportunity. I'm working for it.
Yeah.
So he's watching.
That's awesome.
And those are my driving forces. What question did I just answer? I just went in so many different directions.
You what you had for breakfast, and you just started talking about.
Oh yeah, I had a breakfast sandwich, and I didn't lose it, Miss Misty Griggs.
Oh, nice.
I knew where it was. I was well aware of my breakfast sandwich this morning.
You've been studying up on your Once Upon a Time in Huntsville.
Yeah, I've been watching. I saw that. We can't be doing that.
So, are there any other driving forces in your life? Are there any like particular actors that like just really inspire you?
Oh, dude. Oh, man.
I know that's a tough question because you probably think about them throughout the entire day. And then when I just asked you about that, your brain goes empty because you're like, at least that's what happens when people ask me that.
Yeah, and I'll tell you. Dude, can I have like a top 3 at least?
No, yeah. Or not even that. Just name it.
I'll name some really prolific. The most, I'll say my top 3 from best to, I'm not even gonna say best to least. They're just, these were my driving forces to begin with, and what made me want to get into acting as well. Will Smith. I grew up off a lot of Will Smith movies.
Yeah.
My favorite movie of all time is Pursuit of Happiness, and just Will Smith being like what Bruce Lee said, being like water, being able to morph into whatever character he finds himself, trying to become. He's able to do it. I don't know his secret, but I've always wanted to know how he was able to do it so well. I
think just from, because I'm a big fan of Will Smith too, and having like watched a lot of his interviews and like heard him talk on certain things, because he was a rapper at first, and then he got Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I think like one of the things I admire about him most is like he knew that he was surrounded by a massive talent, like on that cast. And he was like, well, how do I match up to that? And he was just like, I just have to be the best and learn from them. And so like, I feel like that's like 2 qualities that you guys share, is that like, you're just trying to learn as much as possible because you know that you're not where you could be yet. And like, that's why he's just, turned out so many great roles and so many different genres too. Because Pursuit of Happiness is obviously this like kind of, I mean, it's tough to watch at times just because how
me
depressing and
about it.
real it is.
Yeah.
And then he can go do something like I Am Legend or I, Robot, where he's, where he's just kind of stoic. And then he can do something like Men in Black, where he is just like hilarious. Him and Tommy Lee Jones are just playing off of each other so well. And obviously Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where he can just, and certain episodes he can make you laugh or he can make you cry.
Yeah, man, Will Smith is what I like to call a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah,
You know, he's a jack of all characters. You know, he's able to do it.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
If he can pull off, what was I'm trying to think of somebody he's done that was just that movie Concussion.
I haven't seen that one, but I'd like to.
Go watch
that's
it,
on my
man.
list. Yeah.
He can change his accent like Idris Elba.
Yeah.
That's my number 2.
He's great too.
Idris Elba's my number 2. He's able I didn't know he was British until I watched an interview.
Yeah.
He was like, he's in this movie, Daddy's Little Girls. Man, I want my kids. Man, where my kids at? And then he's in this interview. Well, it's like it's an amazing feeling just to be around these type. I'm like, Mom, come here.
Yeah. Watch
He's not he's from East London. Like, it's crazy because, dude, some of the greatest talent I know are like from like the London or the United Kingdom or something like that,
Yeah. No, yeah. They
and
churn out a lot of great actors.
Insane. I'm like,
my dad's English, so he would be very happy that you said that. So maybe I'll tell him to listen to this.
I got it, dude. I want to hear him say something.
No, he does not have an accent. Whenever I say that, people are very disappointed that he does not have an accent. He sounds like a good old Southern boy.
He has his points. He's from.
Yeah, he was born and raised there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, because I've never met anybody from there before. Well, I've met probably 1 or 2 people.
Okay.
But that's it.
Yeah.
You're the son of one, so I'm gonna count that as 3.
I'm 50, yeah, so 50%. So
Yeah,
you're halfway there.
You have your points. I got you. But dude, Idris Elba would be my number 2.
Yes. Yeah, excellent performer.
The guy is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He can do whatever. I can tell because like Idris, he's like Will Smith, a jack of all trade. He can do it all.
Mm-hmm.
I can see him as my favorite film from him is Luther. I like Luther. It's just one of his TV shows that he made about him being a detective.
Yeah.
Really good show. I think you should watch it, at least a few episodes. I know you're probably watching something else right now.
There's so much TV, it stresses me out.
Yeah.
And people are like, you haven't seen this? And I'm just
Dude.
like, dude, I'm catching up on this. Like, this other thing. Like,
I feel you. It's
Yeah.
exactly what's going on with me. Like, I'm watching this show called The Johnsons on Bounce TV, which I could possibly be on
oh, nice.
next month. I watched season 1 of that. Pretty dope series.
Yeah.
Really cool story. But Idris, he's just, I just have that favorite. He's just my favorite for just because, for one, because I like Idris. Like, he's a really cool, dope actor. I grew up off of him, like Will Smith. So he has like a hierarchy in my list. But number 3, man, I would probably say Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
Jaden Smith, because first of all, I'm a Will Smith fan. Me watching a lot of Will Smith. Jaden Smith was in some of his films.
Yeah,
He was
Pursuit of
in
Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness, and another one that they made. I forgot the name of it, but they were like on this planet and they were starving, whatever.
After Earth, I think.
After
M.
Earth.
Night Shyamalan directed that. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. But my favorite film from Jaden Smith is Karate Kid.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that with my dad in theaters.
Dude,
I think it's a pretty solid reboot. From my memory, I haven't seen it in many years, but I thought it was pretty solid.
I tell you what, man, and I might get a lot of backlash from this, but I think it was better than the original one.
I would disagree with you.
I'm pretty sure
but that's
you
okay.
will.
Everybody has their own opinion.
Everybody is entitled to their opinion, but the reason I think that this one is, and you know what? I shouldn't even say that, but you know why? Because I haven't watched the original one enough.
Oh, okay.
I grew up off
well,
of
if you like it, because people, I like I said, I disagree with you, but like you have your own reason.
To each his own.
Yeah, like maybe the reason I like that one better is because I watched that first. I grew up watching that, and then I saw this other one that I was like, oh, that's pretty good. So if it had been Vice, if I'd seen the other one, the Jaden Smith one first, and grown up on it, I might have the same opinion. Sometimes nostalgia does play a factor.
Dude, does it?
Yeah.
Like, it's like memories. Like, It's like when people talking about rappers and singers, they are not better than MC Ren or this that dude. They used to, like, I might say, no, I'm not saying this legitimately. I might say they used to suck. They're not better than my favorite rapper now. They're not better than my favorite singer now. They're not. There's not a band better than Linkin Park now, but there might have really legitimately have been. I just grew up off of Linkin Park. I just grew up off of Childish Gambino or something. But that plays a huge factor. But Jaden Smith, dude, Karate Kid. I literally scarred myself up so many times trying to imitate the moves he did in that movie. I was like, dang, I love this movie. I think that's what started me. That's what started me off really keeping up with Jaden Smith and really liking his acting. He was really good since a young kid, since Pursuit of Happiness, And then to put the icing on the cake of Jaden Smith just being my overall favorite entertainer and artist, he makes good music.
I haven't listened to it, but
dude, his music is amazing. Jaden Smith's music is freaking amazing. Icon, just Batman, dude. And dude, Jaden Smith is he's an avatar. He has water. There's water. He has water.
Great. I just love that sentence.
Dude, he has water. No, seriously, he has water in Whole Foods right now. It's called Just Water.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's called Just Water.
Why is that a popular thing right now? I've noticed that. Because have you heard of Liquid Death?
Dude, I saw it in Whole Foods. Liquid Death. I'm like, what the freak?
It's just plain water just in a can. And it's just called Liquid Death. And it just looks cool.
You can sell anything.
You can sell water in so many different forms. It's just like, is that...
You can.
Is that allowed?
Dude, like...
I guess so.
It's just like, dude, you can sell air, bro. You can put air in a can and sell it. You really could. Like, the economy is so good right now, especially where we are. It's like you could sell anything, man. You could sell a pen to anything. You could sell a pen to a orangutan right now. It's like, it's just a beautiful thing, though. Like, people and their imaginations.
Yeah.
Like, and to bring bring it back to the point. Jaden Smith, you're freaking genius. I see what you're doing. And
there's no way he's gonna see this, but no, I'm just trying.
He'll see it. Jaden, you better watch this podcast and watch it all the way through. I'm your biggest fan. I wouldn't even be. You know what? I wouldn't even be mad if Jaden Smith booked Miles Morales.
Oh really? Yeah.
I wouldn't even be mad.
I'm trying to think how old he's probably my age. So yeah,
he's like 23.
Yeah, I'm 23. I think we're almost about only a couple months apart. I don't know who's older, but I guess he could still play that. Or is it known as like a high schooler or?
Miles Morales is a 15-year-old high schooler. But I feel like Jaden Smith, he's like one of those actors that can, like, there's his range
a little younger.
His range is ridiculous. So yeah, he could play a 15-year-old, but that's it. You can't go. He could play a 16-year-old, but he could pass for Miles because he's Jaden Smith. Yeah. He has that, it's Jaden Smith. And you are Jaden Smith. Never forget that. But I'm coming for that role. But I wouldn't be mad if you got it before me. I wouldn't. Like, I just have that much respect for you. Now, if you get the role, I'll probably want to be in Star Wars. Star Wars. I know people are saying Star Wars isn't going to make another movie.
Oh, it
makes Are you freaking kidding me?
It makes too much money.
It makes too much. I cannot stand when people say, "Nah, they're going to stop making movies."
As long as it makes money, they're just going to keep churning them out.
Dude. Exactly.
We're living in a world where there are 5-6 Transformer movies, and people complain about them all the time. Where it's like, if you continue to go see them, like the people they're just gonna make more.
Michael Bay, you're a genius. Your movies. I grew up off a lot of Transformers. That's what kindled my my love for the actor Shia LaBeouf. Great guy.
He's a really good actor. Have you seen Peanut Butter Falcon? That's a great one.
I think I've seen that.
Came out 2-3 years ago.
I think I've seen that movie. I see in a lot of Shia LaBeouf movies that I really haven't looked at the name of them. I just watched them because his acting is so captivating and so it'll draw you in so much. You ever just watch something and forget the name and then you try to Google certain scenes like a guy spills coffee on, just that's basically like that's how it was for me watching Shia LaBeouf. I watched Holes growing up.
Oh, Holes is great.
I was like, dang, dude, like. These are great actors, and Shia LaBeouf being the most profound, in my opinion. Great guy in all of his movies. he's just like, whether it be a short film or a huge budget film like what Michael Bay does for Transformers, he's always showing out. He's always giving it his 110%, and that's why I really enjoy watching Shia LaBeouf, because he's freaking funny.
So is he up there, like in the?
He's in the top 5. Shia LaBeouf is in top 5.
Yeah,
Shia LaBeouf's top 5.
Who would be 4 or
Who would be
5?
number 4? I mean, I said Will Smith, definitely Idris, Jaden Smith, Shia LaBeouf being number 5. Who would be number 4? And it can be interchangeable. He could be number 4, number 5.
Yeah.
Once again, this is like not from least to greatest. I would say probably. Man, because you got Chadwick Boseman, you got Lupita, you got.
There's too many great ones. And then when you're driving home today after the podcast, you'll be like, why didn't I say, this actor? Yeah.
But I'm gonna go ahead and give it to. Dude, can you give me 10 seconds? 10 seconds.
Just 10 seconds of dead air, and I'll stare.
Dead air for
right
10 seconds,
camera.
guys. All right, right here. I'm gonna whatever I say is whatever I say. Give me 10 seconds.
Well, Anthony's thinking. I've been doing well. Thanks for asking. If the listener's asking, and if you've made it this far, hey, I appreciate it. Go check out some other interviews that I've done. My lovely wife and I just talked about the movie Jurassic Park. We did 2 episodes on that, and it was a lot of fun. And I wasn't counting. I should have started counting a little while ago to keep Anthony accountable. But I feel like it's been past 10 seconds. I'm not sure, though. I'm just going to wait until he says something. Have you thought of a person?
Yeah.
Who? Why do you...
Y'all are going to hate me for this. I know you guys are. But that's okay. Man... His name slipped my mind. That's why I'm...
Oh, no. Throw some movies at me. Maybe
Spider-Man.
Like which Spider-Man?
No Way Home.
Tom Holland?
No.
What character does he play?
Spider-Man.
Oh, wait. No Way Home. Oh, is that the one that just came out? Oh,
Yes.
Andrew Garfield?
Andrew freaking Garfield.
Yeah.
You son of a freaking star. Let me tell you something, dude. Okay.
I like how you assume all these famous people are watching my podcast. I love it.
No, listen.
No, it's building my confidence.
No, because listen, like
he's extremely talented.
Exactly. You have no idea how many people used to like disrespect him as an actor
just because they didn't like the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, they're like, he's the least favorite Spider-Man. Nobody likes.
I think people that like argue about that stuff have too much time on their hands. Yeah. I think if you like the movie, that's okay. I particularly didn't really care for those movies, but like I still really, really like him as an actor. Like, have you seen The Social Network? He's great in that. He's amazing as Eduardo.
I have not seen that.
He's been. I mean, he's just so talented. I think he's an actor's actor. He's someone that like I definitely. Just the type of characters he's played, I would also love to play those type of characters.
I can see you playing Spider-Man, dude.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I'm not even joking. Like, that's why I brought it up during the improv.
Oh, yeah?
So I was like, are you Peter Parker?
Oh, yeah. That's right. We did that. We did improv
and we
games
didn't even
together.
get to finish it, dude.
That's right. Yeah,
I was so mad. I was like, bro, this was going to be good.
As a young child, I think the second Spider-Man 2 had just come out. Mm-hmm. So maybe you had them growing up as a kid. You would go get the little thing that would spray, like the Spider-Man glove.
I didn't have that, but I had the Benton watch.
Me and my younger brother, Cade, my dad took us to Toys R Us when that was still a thing, and we were buying the like little glove you put on this, and then silly string would come out. It was a dumb toy because it only lasts for 30 minutes.
I know it exactly. I had that.
Oh yeah,
I had that. Yeah,
and I remember going in, and my younger brother Cade he has brown hair like Tobey Maguire had, and when we were checking out, the checkout lady was like, do you two boys want to be Spider-Man? And me and my brother were like, yeah. And she points at me and was like, well, you can't be Spider-Man because you have red hair. And I was like, and in the moment, I was like,
she pulled a ginger card.
In the moment, I was like 6, 7. I was just like, why would you tell a child that? Like, what if that like deeply like affected me for the rest of my life?
Yeah, that cut deep. What if it cut deep, and just like.
Thankfully, it didn't, even though I'm bringing it up and I'm 23 years old.
Yeah, you could have turned into a villain. Just because of what she
But
said.
so you saying that has yeah, I'm not gonna be a villain anymore.
Yeah, you know how villains have that backstory.
Yeah,
you don't know where it came from.
Dumb. Yeah, it's like the pizza man was late, and that just was the last straw.
Like,
I don't know where we were before. Oh, we were talking about you said
Andrew Garfield.
Garfield, yes. Sorry,
Yeah, being in top 5.
Terrible host, not remembering.
No.
I'm the one that's supposed to remember that. Yeah, Andrew Garfield being he's incredible. I think he won the Golden Globe just recently for that new movie he has out, Tick Tick Boom. I haven't watched it yet, but it's about it's a musical where he plays Jonathan Larson, who wrote the Broadway musical Rent. So I think it's on Netflix. Netflix is not paying me. I shouldn't shell out their movie, but but if you're an Andrew Garfield fan, he looks pretty great in it. He sings and stuff. But yeah, have you ever seen the movie Silence? He's great in that too, where he plays a Jesuit priest that goes to try to find his I guess his mentor. I forget, in Korea or something. You should check that out. It's one of my favorite performances by him. Silence by Martin Scorsese. Kind of an under the radar film that came out in 2016. As you can probably see behind the camera, I have a shelf of films. You can probably tell I watch a lot of movies, so that's why I'm just throwing all these out at you, because I love watching movies. I know some actors that don't love watching movies. What are some of your favorite movies?
Some of my favorite movies, and this is a new list. Just the first ones that come to your mind. What are some films that like have really inspired you over the past couple of years? Other than Karate Kid, which really inspired me. Mm-hmm. Like I said, Pursuit of Happiness, real big Smith family movie geek. I really love Star Wars. I like Star Wars. I don't watch it that much, but it is one of my favorite movies. It's a lot of people's favorites. Yeah, I really like Star Wars. I'm a really big superhero guy. I like, and do cartoons count? Yeah, cartoon. The Broly movie. If you watch DBZ, Dragon Ball Z. I didn't. I did not grow up watching those. Okay, I know a lot of people that did. I was just not one of those. Yeah. I mean, like I said, to each his own. Exactly, I grew up off a lot of DBZ. That's I like cool. The Broly movie simply because I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. But if we're talking about like, motivation, as well as like one of my favorite movies, of course, motivation to be an actor. I would say, man, Eddie Murphy. It's such a crazy thing because if you want to talk about cultural differences, and of course, in the you got the black household, the Hispanic household, the white household, you're gonna have a different category of movies. Yeah. Sure. I might watch a lot of predominantly African American movies. You might watch African American movies, but you might watch a predominantly set of of Caucasian movies. How do I say it? Am I saying this right? I don't care. Like okay. Because I'm not trying to make it weird or anything. I'm not, but you see what I'm getting at, right? I know exactly what you mean. So some of the movies I'm naming might be a lot of people might not recognize these movies, but Life. It's a movie called Life by Eddie Murphy. Mm-hmm. It's one of my biggest favorite movies. No, I'm thinking of another movie he did recently. Never mind. Continue. Sorry. Black Panther is one of them. Black Panther is one of my favorite movies. My biggest... Man, you know what? My favorite movie of all time, I need to go ahead and name that movie because it's important. I think my favorite movie of all time, dude, like that I could watch over and over again and probably never get tired. It's between, man... G-Force? Nah, not G-Force. The Rats. That would have been hilarious. I haven't seen that movie in forever, dude. That would have been hilarious if you set it up to be something like really heavy hitting, and then you were like, probably G-Force. Oh my gosh, Cat in the Hat. And then I would just have to sit here and like be polite and not. Yeah, you'd be like, "Yeah, man, wow, that's that. Wow, those movies have affected your life." Wow, yeah. No, I'm sorry to interrupt. Because man, it's so hard. Mm-hmm. You can't even. Just gonna have to say Miles Morales Spider-Man. The Spider-Verse? Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, that is because for one, that's the most motivating movie I've ever watched. That's awesome. Yeah. It was like, it's great too. Yeah, it was like watching myself. Yeah. I was like, I'm watching myself here. This kid looks like me for one. Sounds like me for two.
And for 3, I'm an actor, you know?
So that's a possibility, yeah.
And it's like, the sky is the limit. Spider-Verse is my favorite movie because of all the reasons that, you know, any actor would like a movie other than he liked the performance and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's a motivation. It's a really big motivation to me. And that's probably going to be my favorite movie for a very long time unless something crazy happens. I don't know. Maybe I'm in one and it just becomes the new favorite movie for me.
Yeah, and then people can go back and watch this podcast.
Yeah,
and be like, oh, wow.
Oh, my
he called
gosh.
it.
Yeah, he said it. He said he was going to be Spider-Man, which I am. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Shamik Moore, watch this podcast. I will be the next Miles Morales. And Jaden Smith, I hear a lot of stuff about you, man.
He can be your stand-in.
You get. I'll let you be. I'm not even gonna say that. We're gonna just continue. And
no, Spider-Verse is a great film. I've only seen it once, but I was blown away by the animation and the direction of the film, and all the voice performances are great. Mahershala Ali voices I can't remember the specific name of the character, but he voices his uncle, and he's somebody. Mahershala Ali is someone that I just love watching him perform. What is the uncle's name? He's the one
Uncle
that's
Aaron.
also a bad guy.
Uncle Aaron. Oh yeah, his. I mean, you're talking about live action?
No. In the Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah, I mean his name is Uncle. They call him Uncle Aaron. But,
Okay.
I don't know what is it, Nighthawk or something?
Something like that, yeah. But and Jake Johnston also gives a great performance as I think Peter B. Parker, like the older one that kind of is.
I think that's gonna be Toby.
Oh, you do? If they do a live action,
that's gonna be Toby.
So? That'd be really cool. I'd be down.
It would
for
have
that.
to be. I want to say that's his. No, that's not his universe. It's Tom's. Wait a second.
I don't know. I know it's strange. I think enough people have seen the movie where we can kind of talk about spoilers at this point. It's almost been a month.
Y'all want to talk about spoilers?
Yeah.
Let's talk about spoilers.
Did you like the movie? I assume you've seen it.
Oh yeah,
more than once. Maybe?
But I'll tell you live action spoilers.
Okay.
You guys want to know who Uncle Aaron is?
Oh.
Type in Donald Glover on Instagram.
Oh yeah, people have like tried to connect that because he was in Homecoming. And
That's him.
I don't know. Are you familiar with how his stand up where he wanted to be? No, someone suggested that he should play Spider-Man, and that's why the role of Miles Morales was created because of Donald Glover, who is one of my favorite comedic actors.
I didn't even name him. Oh my god, bro! Donald Glover is like my favorite artist. He's like my favorite person.
Yeah,
we have favorite people.
Supremely, I think only a few of his types come along, and types as in like he's just multi-talented at several things. Behind the camera, in front of the camera, he can sing and write.
Dude, have you seen Atlanta?
I have, yeah. It's hilarious.
It's freaking funny.
He's hilarious. Have you ever seen Community? That was kind of his like first big break. He is hilarious on that show.
I think he was like, was it like he had like an office job or something?
No. He goes to community college, and it's this group of adults that are in community college trying to get their lives together. And he plays Troy Barnes. And
dude, I got to see that.
You should watch. It's on Netflix. It's pretty. It's on a lot of stuff. It got really popular again during the pandemic because it came. It was like 2009 to 2014, 15 that it was on air, and he is just hilarious in that show. That's how I found out about him. He was also a writer on 30 Rock.
Oh, I've seen 30 Rock.
Yeah, 30 Rock. He wrote on some of those episodes. So he's just supremely talented. And his stand-up, I don't think he's done stand-up for a long time, but he has one special that's really funny.
This dude did stand-up comedy.
He did back like when he first started.
This dude
like 2010, I think.
No wonder he's like my favorite entertainer, artist, freaking entrepreneur / jack of all trades. I don't know, man. He's my favorite. Like Donald Glover, that's literally my favorite rapper.
Yeah, Childish Gambino. Yeah.
Childish Gambino. Like I have his whole entire my playlist is full of him, Frank Ocean, and Linkin Park.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anyone else? Do you have any guilty pleasures on your playlist? That like when you're you get the oxen in the car and then you're like, wait, I think a song's coming up that I don't want people to know that I have.
Oh, dude, yes.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of. It's called Dead Mouse 5.
Oh yeah. I'm not familiar with their music. I know the name because I've seen the. Don't they wear like costumes or something? Yeah.
Dead Mouse 5. You got it. Dead Mouse 5, and it's like a dubstep a little
Yeah.
bit.
You're embarrassed
But-
by dubstep?
Not dub. It's not even dubstep. It's like it's a mixture. It's like
Yeah.
dubstep, but something else. It's got to be something else.
Yeah.
But another one is rock music.
What's wrong with
You know how
rock music?
hard it, bro. You don't understand. You don't understand.
Yeah.
Okay, picture a nerd in school, right?
Okay.
I'm a black guy. I go to it's like half and half, black white
Mm-hmm.
in the country. I you would think I would listen to rap music when you look at me most of the time, just nothing but rap music. I listen to a hell of a lot of rock. Linkin Park, Disturbed,
Oh, Disturbed.
freaking Skillet.
You and my dad have like similar music tastes.
Yeah, dude, I listen to so much rock, and when it's in the bar, oh my gosh, you want to talk about the barbershop? When I'm listening to music and the JBL speakers connected, and then I hear it's do 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 do. And then like, oh shoot, I'm over here juggling my phone trying to change the song. Like
everyone's like,
yeah, it's like
that's
get
great.
down
I
with
love
the
it.
sickness.
Yeah.
I want to jam to it, but I can't.
great.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm coming to peace with the fact that if people joke about it, they joke about it. I like rock music, so that's one of my my genres that I'm kind of. I don't know if I should listen to it around this.
Yeah. I think one of the things about like just pretty much any art form is that your opinion can change heavily over a significant amount of time. Like, for instance, my favorite band today is Led Zeppelin. I have, as you can see, I have all their vinyls over there. In my car, I have all their CDs, and I even have them on Spotify. And I got posters in my office. But like back when I was growing up, I just did not like them at all. I thought they were overrated, and then one day it just kind of clicked. So
Yeah.
maybe one day you guys will be in the barbershop and all the guys, it will kind of click for them. They're like, hey, I like Disturbed. Put on
I don't know.
Put on 10,000 Fists in the Air. Put on that album.
I-
Maybe one day.
It's you know what? Maybe one day.
Yeah, just pray on.
But right now, I don't,
Just-
I'll just meditate and pray on that. But right now they're listening to NBA YoungBoy and these rappers.
Yeah.
I don't really listen to them. Donald Glover, I listen to you though. I listen to you.
Yeah,
Frank
yeah.
Ocean. But yeah, that's ain't no way that I'm just I'm just
great.
gonna play that out loud, just turn it up while there's a bunch of people in my car.
And the reason I kind of asked that is because I'm kind of in this weird music phase right now. Like I'll listen to like classic rock, heavy metal, some rap, but right now I'm like in this weird like 70s 80s phase. I'm like really into Steely Dan right now and like ABBA. I'm just like, wait, why am I getting into this music right now? It's really, I think one of the cool things about music as actors, you may share this too, is that like certain songs and bands or even just albums as a whole, like just like put you in this mindset of just like a certain creativity flow. You're like, if you're listening to like a lot of like 80s and 70s music like I am, maybe you're like, man, I can't wait to do like a comedy film or like a film in that era, and like you're just kind of thinking about it through the day. Or maybe when you're listening to like rap or something, you're thinking about more of like a modern film that you'd love to do. At least that's how my brain tracks it when I'm writing certain things.
No, I'm with you on that.
I like to listen to certain music to like kind of help me visualize. Like sometimes it opens like little windows like for images in my brain. But then again, maybe I just Steely Dan's my favorite band. I just didn't know yet.
And you know what? Like I'll tell you a testimony I had. Like literally, like when I found 50s and 60s music to be very, very interesting. I was in my living room and I was watching Spider-Verse, or I think I was done watching Spider-Verse at that time. But I got hooked on to this song called what was it? Why Do Fools Fall in Love by Frankie Lyman.
Okay.
And it was like do wop do wop do wop da ooh ah ooh ah ooh. I was like, dude, this song is catchy. 50s music was so pure and so it was just good, innocent, pure music. It was like, dude, I could vibe to this. This is good music, and it's in the 50s. Are you kidding me? It's like timeless music. It's like a Jeep, you know. So I was visualizing playing Frankie Lyman. I was watching basically a live performance of him doing Mama Don't Allow It. It's a song called Mama Don't Allow It. And he was dancing. The way he was dancing was just so unique. And I was like, dude, I'm going to do a biopic of him.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. That's
like,
another thing, a great thing about like actors. Like you latch onto this band. You're like, man, like I would love to either write or like play one of these guys because they're so interesting and like what they're doing is so fascinating.
Right, like it's like you want to see yourself reliving his moment.
I really, really want to play Kanye West.
I think you could do it.
It's one of my dreams. No, I'm just joking.
Go on. Like, no, but yeah, like, I can see you getting that.
I've been working. Would you like to make a cinematic trailer with me?
We could do it. I'm gonna call Javen.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, he might not pick up.
He
might not pick up on that one.
Yeah, call me when you got something serious.
Yeah, something serious.
No, but seriously, like, it's super motivating seeing like people from the 50s enjoy themselves with their music, and the music is actually good and you enjoy it, and you're in the 21st century, and it's like you're in a time machine.
Yeah, it really is. Like, I sometimes I see or hear people say like, oh, I would like wish I was like born and raised like
dude.
On that music.
I've actually heard myself. Like Anthony Sales actually said, I wish I was living in the 50s just because of that one song. The 50s were horrible.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, no, you would not.
I don't know. I seen a lot of 42 and. I've seen a lot of stuff that I don't know.
It's like no. You wouldn't want to live there because then you wouldn't be able to listen to it all the time like we can, like on our phones, just pulled up and then it's playing. Like back
technology.
then, like you had to like go buy like an album player and then or a record machine and then like put it on vinyl or get an 8-track in your car or something like that. I'd much rather live.
Yeah, 21st century is it.
Period.
We were born literally in the perfect time. You were born in what, 98?
98, yeah.
Yeah, you were born in 98. I agree. Born in 2000. We were born in a literal perfect time where people weren't glued to technology, but technology was just like starting to really settle in.
Yes, yeah.
And people were catching on. So we were literally born in the perfect, era, the perfect just the time. It was just everybody was. We had no kids back then. We had that Mac, what do they call it, the iMac? What do they call the iMac back then? It was the Macintosh or something.
I think, or it may have just been shortened to Mac. I'm not sure. I'm not an Apple guy, but I know what you're talking about.
It was just a perfect time. But the 50s though, like the 50s music, that like literally, and Little Anthony, Tears on My Pillow. That's my second favorite 50s song. Tears on my pillow, pain in my heart caused by you. I love that song. Little Anthony's voice was so unique, and that's what made him Little Anthony. And the people loved him. Back in the 50s, black, white, Hispanic, everyone loved him. His crowd was broad. So that 50s music, I enjoyed it. So much, and I do find myself wanting to play biopics. So I'm just like that. Like I'd get motivated from it.
No, yeah, that's a great, and like a lot of the people you mentioned, at least Will Smith, he's played a lot of real people in real life. He just played in the film King Richard. He plays Serena and Venus.
I saw that.
I haven't seen it yet. It's on my list.
No, I didn't see it, but I saw.
Oh, you saw it? Yeah.
I saw the.
He played Muhammad Ali. He played,
dude. This is why he's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's like I don't say Will Smith for no. Like Will Smith earned his spot on my list. He wasn't like Idris. He didn't have to earn it. He's just my favorite actor. Idris Elba. You can't not have Idris in your top 5.
Yeah.
Idris. So Will Smith definitely earned his spot. So yeah.
Getting back to kind of like your career, if you were to, because how old are you? You're 21? 21. So I guess when did Spider-Verse come out? Like
2015?
2015.
What? No.
Or 2017,
it released
2018.
Around that time. I'm tripping.
So like where you are right now, if you could go back and like talk to Anthony, a couple years younger, what would you get? What sort of advice would you give him?
I would tell myself, do not worry about the negative opinions of other people.
Yeah.
Do not worry about what. Of course, you're gonna. Of course, you want to have. You want to be aware of what people think of you because we live in the world. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
But don't be so hung up on what someone else thinks about you all the time.
Yeah.
Because when I was in high school, I had suffered severe freaking trauma and stress and anxiety from trying to live up to what people wanted to see me live up to. That I didn't fit in high school.
Yeah.
And if I could go back in time and just give myself a pep talk and be like, what could I do better, and what could I tell myself to possibly advance myself quicker, I would say don't worry about the negative opinions of other people. Whatever you want in this life, go for it. And when you want something, you do everything you can to achieve that goal, whatever it may be, no matter what other people say. That's unrealistic. You can't do that. You know how long it takes for somebody to receive a breakthrough? Just focus on the mission. Do your best at whatever is given to you, whatever handiwork you're given now. Do your best at it. But remember, keep God first. Focus on your goal. Distractions, cut them out. Negative opinions of other people, don't think about it. Just don't think about it. Work on your craft. Have faith. And just be yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself, man. That's literally the biggest one. Just being myself, because
you wouldn't be like maybe invest in Bitcoin or.
Oh, dude! Like it was too. It would still be too late.
Too.
Like we're talking about high school. It would still be too late. Like literally.
You're right.
I was in Biloxi, Tennessee. Crazy story. I was in Biloxi, Tennessee. We were on a little vacation or whatever. It's like a weekend vacation, and I was with my mom and my dad. No, it was with my stepmother, my dad, and my brother. And I was just laying down. I was sleeping in the bed, and the TV was still on. I just woke up at like 3:00 in the morning, just for no reason, just in the middle of the night. Just woke up, just looking around, and I seen this commercial: invest in Bitcoin. They had these little golden coins on the table. You can buy this for such and such dollars. It'll buy you 1 Bitcoin. This was like back in 2012. It wasn't too long ago, but I remember they were talking about Bitcoin. Yeah, I was gonna say,
I know, which blows.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Just a couple years ago, it's like, wait a second.
And people thought the world was gonna end in 2012. By the way, we're still here. It's crazy.
Are we, or did we all die and this is purgatory?
This is
COVID.
This is the afterlife.
We're paying for our sins via COVID
and COVID and these new variants, Omicron and Megatron and all the Decepticons or whatever. But like, they were telling me to invest in Bitcoin or whatever on a TV, and I was like, man, it's just these scammers, bro.
I would have thought the same thing.
It's like that miracle water they're talking about.
If I were to go back in time, I would do like the Back to the Future thing and like give myself a sports almanac and be like, just read this, study up, and bet on all these games.
Yeah.
But time travel isn't real, so.
Yeah, man. Like,
unfortunately, or is it?
I would love to have a DeLorean. Like, if I could go back in time, that's a good question. Like, seriously, what if we were to go back in time? Like, what would you change?
About myself or just about the world?
Just about something. Just change. You get to change one thing.
I would
just one thing about anything.
Tell myself to dress better. As you can see, I'm kind of just
okay.
Maybe brush your hair a little bit more.
Okay.
Wear.
Look suave.
Look suave.
Look suave.
Not even that. Just look okay.
Okay. Okay.
Go back and ask, hey, listen, Sam. You gotta start taking better care of yourself. No. In reality, I would. I don't know what I would say to myself. I would just probably what you said. Just be like, hey, just have faith in God. Like trust. When you get anxious, you just remember to relax. Encourage others as much as you can. If you catch yourself thinking you're hot stuff, don't do that. That's what I would probably.
Pride is a poison.
It is. Yeah. Big time.
That's one thing I learned. Like, sometimes I do find myself thinking I'm all that.
Oh, everyone does. Whether they inadvertently admit it through Instagram or Twitter or if it's just like a shower thought. I feel like everyone struggles with pride.
And it's such a terrible thing. Like we miss so many opportunities just off of that one thing alone.
Yeah.
The poison of pride.
Yeah.
And like, if it weren't, I've had a pride moment in my life. Like, I've almost fell into a pride trap that wouldn't have gotten me
it's
to
so
where I
easy
am now. Like, I let go of my pride and decided to do formal training. I'm like, you don't need to do formal training. I've seen so many people get in the door just by knowing somebody.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. I was just like, no, look at him. But I was like, you know what? Let me just not do that. And then, just put my pride to the side, invest in my formal training. And boom, I actually, I prestige.
Yeah. You put your pride away coming here today and sitting on my couch and talking to me for an hour.
No, this is literally like something I should be proud of.
Oh, thanks,
this is
man.
something to be proud of. Like,
I appreciate that.
I'm literally like
compliment.
I'm sitting there like, Mom, I got a podcast I got going on.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
I'm telling my career coach, hey, I got a podcast with one of my favorite actors, Sampley Barinaga. You ever seen 12 Mighty Orphans? I'm over here talking about 12 Mighty Orphans. I'm over here talking about, and I'm looking up your reel and looking at your podcast. I'm like, look,
thanks, man.
This is Sampley right here. I'm over here like this is something I will have a lot of pride about. This I might, this might swallow me up. This pride might swallow me up right here.
This is the tipping point. This is where you peak.
Yeah, like right here, like you know what? I've been on a podcast with freaking Sampley Barinaga.
Oh, I didn't realize we'd gone past. I think we're almost past an hour now.
45 minutes. I was about to say it's usually 45 minutes on your podcast.
45 minutes to an hour. Back when I first started, I was cranking out like 2 hour. I don't know if you've seen those. Those were daunting. I don't think I'm gonna do that. But,
yeah, I didn't see those, but I did see the recent ones.
I appreciate you checking them out, and you guys check them out too, please, if you haven't seen them. I hope you enjoyed our guest today, Mr. Anthony Sells. Can they see you in anything? I know you're doing some Demi TV series right now. Is that coming out anytime soon where people can check you out, or if not, what can they check you out on?
Well, you can check me out. I am on a TV series rather, on Demi TV called Black Shiro. I play the role of Trip, Aiden Townsend III, which is Black Shiro's son. And I can't give you any further details, but that you can see my press release and you can look at other things on that.
Say your Instagram one more time.
My Instagram is Real Anthony Sales. That's RealAnthonySales. Real Anthony Sales. And you can find me on Facebook at Anthony Sales. And you can find me on TikTok at real.anthonysales.
Nice. Awesome. Sweet. And so if you follow him, you can pretty much, if you really enjoyed this interview and really think he's a great guy, which I do, and if you haven't seen him perform, I can tell you he's I mean, you have so much potential. I mean, you're great, man.
Appreciate it.
I'm not trying to inflate the ego or your pride or anything like we were just talking about.
Say no.
But
I'm just kidding. Now I'm gonna walk around with my chest up and my head high.
But no, like you should definitely check out the stuff that he's putting out. I'm really excited for him, and I appreciate you coming on the podcast, man.
Man, it's a pleasure being here, man.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see your next big projects. I know you got a lot of stuff brewing.
Yeah.
You're a humble guy, so you're not gonna say it. But I know he's got some stuff going on.
Hopefully, yes.
And Misty Griggs, she does an excellent job with you, man. She's,
she's great.
It's the importance of having good people on your team. It's just amazing.
Yeah, amen to that.
It's a absolute. It's a beauty. It's a beautiful thing. So, I applaud you for being a great guy you are, and just having positive energy. So I appreciate
If you want to actually applaud for like 30-40 minutes, go ahead, man. We got some time to kill. Like they do at like those foreign festivals where they like do an applause after the film for like 5-10 minutes.
I've never seen that before.
Seen that? You should look it up. It's very.
I know what a golf clap is.
What is that? Oh yeah, no. They're full like a Cannes film festival. Like if they really like the film, they'll clap for like 15 minutes. It's daunting. You should look it up.
Do you leave with ear damage? Has anybody ever left with ear damage?
No, it's just more like really just awkward
Yeah.
Just you're like, oh, they're still clapping.
I mean, they really.
It's a French
It's
thing.
got to be really. Oh, okay. It's definitely not American.
But
we get tired.
No, yeah. But again, feel free to, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, feel free to give me a rating, and just keep listening.
Do that.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
I appreciate you.
Anytime, dude.
Oh yeah,
All right.
this is awesome.